This live stream is for entertainment and information purposes only. Do not copy our trades, as we are just trading to have fun. Many of our trades could already be closed before you even see us opening the trade on YouTube due to the delay of the stream, and we trade offline as well, so you do not get to see the complete picture. We make no claims of profitability. We are not licensed professionals, and we are not providing any investment or trading advice. Greater than 90% of all traders lose money, and we are not responsible or liable for any of your trading decisions or losses. Please trade on demo only and consult a licensed professional. Please read and understand CFTC Rule 4.41. Let's get to the charts and trade safe today. Let's go.
All right. Good evening, everyone. We had some technical difficulties here on my stream. I think we were getting some audio issues. But let's start off with a good evening. Welcome, Joker Trades and Futures Floor TV live stream.
We got lots to get into tonight's show. There's a 2% rule that I'm seeing popping up in Topstep and Take Profit Trader in the Discord channel. My son just asked me about it. I don't think anybody is aware of it. I wasn't aware of it until I saw it coming across the Discords. So we're going to talk about that today. The new Topstep CME agreement. I don't see anybody talking or screaming about that one. I want to chit-chat a little bit about that. And then there's the Pro Plus CFTC that I'm hearing about. CFTC that I'm hearing about. But look, we're not stupid. We know you guys come here for the charts.
Throwing out some Greek words, huh?
We know you guys are coming here for the charts, the trades, the analysis. So we got charts. I hope we're going to catch some good trades today. And you guys have one of the best chart analysts on YouTube, Joker Trades. So I think we're going to have a good night tonight.
Those are some big shoes to fill right there. But appreciate the kind words.
He's being modest. I tell you honestly, when I just first fell on Joker Trades, I didn't know him at all. And after 20 minutes of watching his stream, I said to myself, oh my God, this is the Wayne Gretzky of ICT. Seriously. So you guys are lucky to have him.
This guy's saying too much right now, guys. Don't listen to him.
Are you blushing?
I'm mid. I'm just mid.
No, don't be modest. Don't be modest. Do you remember when I told you in the beginning how impressed I was with you?
Wood chip.
And I've looked around and I've like, yeah, absolutely. Look at wood chip also. How
you guys definitely put me on a pedestal.
You've got the skills. You've got the skills.
But thank you guys. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate the kind words. But here we're trying to grow. I'm still gonna make mistakes. I might be analyzing the charts fairly well for my level of I guess for the time I've been trading, right? For the amount of information that I've acquired in such a short period of time, I think I do a pretty good job with what I trade. I don't trade the same way as most people, but ICT gave me a good little stepping, little ladder little stepping stone, right, to step on over there, and it's a good path to start.
Well, execution.
Right? ICT's amazing.
I was going to say execution is a whole nother ball game. Analysis is the other ball game. So once you can combine the two, you're going to be unstoppable.
Because I suck. I'm horrible. I'm not horrible, but I'm pretty bad when it comes to breaking certain rules, right? And we'll get into that as well today, guys, because there's definitely been some rule breaks and on both sides here. And it's normal, right? It's normal. It's how we handle the situation, what we do after we put ourselves in that situation. That's really gonna dictate what we
Well,
do next and
yeah.
how we handle the situation
Well,
moving forward.
I had a major blown tire today. I think all four wheels blew off my trading vehicle, but we'll get to that. Let's just take a look. Let me see. Let me get to my charts here. I'll tell you what I'm seeing. And then John can give you a little breakdown of what he's looking at. How do I read? We are bumping up into the 5 o'clock close. We're under VWAP and we're over. I'm going to call it yesterday. It's today, but you know, once 5 o'clock comes for me, it's yesterday's low. So we're above yesterday's low. We're kind of, again, inside one of those boxes that causes me a little bit of trouble. So what do I want to do? I want to see price get above 18,655. Get above 18,655 and hold. And I would be optimistically bullish in the short term. Remember, I'm a short-term oriented trader, but once we can get above that, I'll be much more enthused to take long trades.
What was your level again?
18,655. But
18,655.
yeah. If we can get above that, like I said, I'll be optimistically bullish to take some long trades. And right now, if I were to just quickly scan the charts, everything is everything. Yep, everything that I watch is, let me just confirm that for you. Yep. Everything I watch is bearish. The algo is telling me to take short trades, top step setups that you guys don't see on the charts. I don't put up. I'm going to start putting them up, but those tell me to take short trades. We're under VWAP. We're under previous day's close. So that's sell, 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 and sell. Take shorts, take shorts, take shorts, take shorts, take shorts. John, what do you see?
So we'll pick up from yesterday. I mean, so last night when we ended the night, I was looking for us to get into this level, right? I had it marked out on the chart. Lower time frame, right? This is I was looking for something very specific up here, right? We have an imbalance here, right? And I mentioned that in yesterday's stream when we were analyzing. So I was looking for a long into this level, which I never ended up taking. I think I took some, I forgot what trade I ended up taking, but I ended up with four bucks, I think, on in the green.
Oh, I remember.
Right? Took a couple of losses, whatever, but in terms of where I was looking for a short, it was exactly at this level. And you can see we tapped into it, we tapped back into it, right? And we never broke it. And from there, we just threw up. And if you guys remember, I was very specific. I wanted to see us close out the gap. I wanted to see a full fill of this gap. And I wanted to see a tap into this level very specifically. And then I wanted to see a sell model, which we got right here during the London session. They had a beautiful setup for a short. And what I was looking for long term were 18.6. And if you look at my stream today, it did a couple of stupid things. We'll talk about it. One specific. But this was my target, right? This was ultimately my target. I never held to it, right, because of the stupid shit that we did up here. So I ended up closing in the green on that account. But I was up here. I held, right? I was in a short. I got in early. I knew I got in early. I saw the buy model come in right here. And I told myself, you know, and I actually marked it out. I left it all marked out specifically so that we can talk about it. You know, so this was the 2022 short right here. I think I made some money over here when I got this set up. Right, this was at 11 something. No, this is where I screwed up. So I made some money, I think, on one of these small positions on my funded accounts, my 4 funded accounts. Copy traded, closed it out. I didn't like price action. I ended up booking like 90 bucks or something on that trade. And I believe it was like right here, right? Because this is today, right? Just want to make sure we're not looking at the wrong 1 minute. Yeah, it was right here. So somewhere around here, I was waiting for the short at this level. So I think it was somewhere 1126, maybe 1118. I got to look back at the stream, and I'm not going to do that now. But it was somewhere in this range. I ended up taking a short, and I saw the buy model come in, right? I saw the buy model. I saw the displacement. I saw the close. It was a 1 minute, but it was coming in on a higher time frame as well. It wasn't just coming in on the 1 minute. So the fact that I saw it come in on the 3 minute had me a little iffy about that position. We had an entry, right? It's marked out 2022. And I ended up riding my short from here all the way up here. I think it was like 160 points. That's how I'll know where I entered. 30. That's like around, yeah. So it was right around here, right where I got the buy model. I was already in a short, or I just entered a short, like impulsively. And then I identified the buy model. I was like, oh man, I need to get out. And then I said to myself, I was like, you know what? We got to swing here. If we close here, we got to pull back. I should have an exit. And I think this was another green exit. I could have exited. I even was saying it on the stream. I was like, I got to exit on the pullback and switch up and go long, because I've got the retesting coming on the 2022 sell model, right? Which is where I was targeting this 18.6. So we got the retest. The retest came in. I'm already in my short. The sell model comes in, right? All over again, right? So we got another new sell model, 2022 entry right here. But I don't add, right? So my entry now is somewhere down here, right around this entry. And I don't add. And I said, I was like, I really want to add. I actually wanted to add right here. So right where I mark out this red box, when I had this red box marked out, this is a 3 minute. But if we go to that, because I dropped down in time frame once we got that confirmation. And this is what I was looking at, right? So when we got this setup, right, which you guys, if you guys know how I trade, this is all I look for. Doesn't matter if you're looking at it on the 15 second, right? 15 second, or if you're looking at it on the daily, right? This is the daily, which is what we're working with currently, right? What we were working with during 21. So that's all I look for. It's really not, I mean, I'm not going to say it's super simple. Obviously, if it was that simple, we'd all be just straight killing it here. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing on loop, right? I don't really look to enter anything unless I have my confirmation. And when I got my confirmation, I mark out my level, right? So we get the confirmation. I got the level. We're coming up here. I'm like, I want to enter. I really want to enter. But I'm already sitting at $380 underwater right here at this level. So I told myself, I was like, you know what? This is a punishment to myself. I already broke my rule because I wasn't supposed to have rolled this up. My stop was $73 on the 2 micros. And instead we end up negative 420 at the top here, 430, negative 360, 380 at this level, something like that. It's, you know, my stupidity. My finger was on the X button here, guys. I was waiting to see if we barely sweep these the datas. I was thinking maybe we sweep the datas, but I had a really good feeling that we were going to leave them alone. My gut was telling me it. I don't know why. We took out the 2022, which is what I look for, right? We took the liquidity, closed above, and we got the sell model. I was itching to enter this trade. But if I was out of my position, minus $73, I would have entered this trade. And I would have taken this trade properly, right? To my target, at least to the lows, right? The green line. That would have been TP1. Then you get another entry. 2022 setup comes in. Potentially now, with this kind of displacement, I don't know that I want to see us coming back to retest this setup right here, right? Because we have a 2022 setup here. We've got a massive market structure shift here and an entry here. So if we're going to come up now, I'd probably like to see us retest this area. So I'm looking for, back to what Mike was asking, what are we looking for today? I want to see a drop. One more drop. Small manipulation here. Right, maybe something like this. We don't have to be precise right now. Why does it do that to me all the time?
Okay, you're on the 15
Oh, why
seconds.
does it? I hit the wrong button. So a little drop here. Nice drop, not a small one. We could potentially see 100 points, 110 points, 120 points down.
Okay, well,
right,
that would work for me.
Looking for some symmetry, right? Looking for some symmetry here.
I like it. So we're kind of thinking.
You're in a short already.
No, not yet. We're kind of thinking the same. I have my finger on the button, and I got my mouse is on the sell ask. if I can see the offer hold at hold on for at 27, 18,627. The offer has to get to 18,627. So that's for you guys to know. That's what I'm looking at. I'm gonna take a short at that price, and I want to get to now that the Pro Plus, while we're waiting for a trade to set up and for maybe Joker to find this setup. I don't know if you guys
maybe
are, well, I don't know if I should use the word aware, but I'll just tell you what's happening. Pro Plus, if you get moved to live and you go from the Pro to the Pro Plus.
Is this with topstep or take
profit?
I
think it's take profit or tick, but I'm pretty sure it's take profit.
No, I think it's take profit trader because I have two Pro Plus accounts. No, not Pro Plus, just Pro accounts right now. Pro Plus is the live.
Yeah, I saw a video from I think it was Jesse W or something, just live trades with Jesse W, and he was saying that once you get moved back to or you go from you pass the eval, you have your trailing drawdown. You get moved into the Pro, which is sim funded, you have the trailing drawdown. You get up to $5,000, you're invited to go live. The trailing drawdown, he's talking a 50K account. So you get $5,000, you build $5,000 of equity in there, you get invited to go to Pro Plus, which is live. They put you back with a trailing drawdown. You just got...
They put you with a trailing drawdown?
Another draw? Yeah, that's like I wrote a comment, I said, that's hitting below the belt. You just paid your dues. You had trailing drawdown for the evaluation. You had trailing drawdown for your Pro account, which was sim funded. You built yourself a buffer. That's unfair. I mean, I understand they want to protect them, the money they have in their bank, but that's a little excessive.
Well,
Give the guy his $5,000. Give him his $5,000 to lose. He earned it.
But I think also what it is, it's not that you your trailing drawdown, right? Your trailing drawdown is the money that you're putting in there. So it's not like you're trailing and I don't think you have a trailing drawdown on profits. I'm almost certain you have a drawdown, right? You have you grow the account.
No, trailing drawdown. They start you at a zero balance on live, a zero balance. And you have, I think it's, I remember his example, sorry. I remember his example. It was a 2K trailing drawdown. If you go up and you make a $500 profitable trade, he was looking at the contract. It's true. He was looking at the contract.
You don't take the profits?
No, you do. You take the profits. Your trailing drawdown moves up now. You cannot, that account can now no longer go to, hold on, 27 on the offer. I'm watching. I might not be able to get into the trade. It went quickly. It's amazing how often a trade for me triggers in and then it just goes quickly. There we go. Not exactly perfect. 26.75. That's good. They filled me on a 1 lot. I tried to get in for a 3 lot. Yeah, they give you have the trailing drawdown again. That will, what you should have is this. What they should tell you, well, I'm getting out because they only gave me a 1 lot, so that trade is, I guess, a scratch. It just went too quickly. If you've earned in the Pro account, this is my opinion. If you've earned 5 G's in the Pro account, that's your buffer. They should start you at a zero balance if that's how they're going to do it, and you should be allowed to go to minus 5,000.
Yeah, but
and it shouldn't be trailing. It should be static. It should always be there. If you go up to 10 G's profit on that Pro Plus, you should now have a $15,000 buffer because that $5,000 you've earned.
You do. This is. I think that a lot of people are mistaken what a drawdown is, trailing drawdown is, etc. So with these trailing drawdowns futures, you got to remember. If you're in a trade, right? Let me give you a hypothetical. If you have a trailing drawdown and you take a trade and you're $1,000 in the green, but you don't take your profits, and that trade turns around on you,
and you get out of break even,
and let's say you get out of break even, you're minus $1,000.
Yep, and that's on the Pro, and that's on the Pro Plus now also.
There's no way they're gonna do that. There is absolutely no way. I'll tell you right now.
Let me get you a screenshot.
Right now.
Let me get you a screenshot.
I have two Pro accounts. if that is that, please get me a screenshot.
Let me
I'd
get you a
love to see
screenshot.
that. But if that is in fact the case, hypothetical scenario, I will not be trading with Take Profit Trader. I will take whatever profits I can get on the pro account. I'll pay my 20% commission, and then I really have no desire to go into a Pro Plus account if they're going to put me on a trailing drawdown with my capital. That doesn't even make any sense. That makes zero sense.
Well, here's the good news. Also in the contract that I was being shown, when you get up to 5,000 in the pro account, they said you will be invited to Pro Plus, but you're not forced to go into Pro Plus. So you still can stay in the pro account. That's the good news. When they will force you to move, I'm not sure, but they did say that you don't have to go at the 5,000 level. But let me get a screenshot.
Potential buy model here. I know I was looking for a little bit lower with what I was just putting out here, but 15-second looks like it could potentially be a small buy model. It's a 15-second though, so I mean maybe we're gonna come up a little to then come down. That's what I'm thinking, but we'll see. But yeah, definitely pull that up.
Well, here
I'd love to see what they're talking about.
Yeah. So here's the language. Whenever a trader reaches 5,000 in profit on a pro account, an opportunity to move to the Pro Plus will be presented. Trader can take advantage of the opportunity and move to Pro Plus by replying to the email, or simply ignore the email and continue trading the pro account. So they haven't mentioned when they absolutely insist you go to Pro Plus. Then it just says how long it's going to take to.
Well, let's read what happens when you go Pro Plus. That's the elephant in the room, right? What are we looking at?
Pro Plus account will start at a zero balance and initially intraday, not end of day, intraday drawdown amount will be consistent with what the trader started with in the pro account. The drawdown will trail unrealized profits in real time until it reaches the starting account balance, the same way it did on the pro account. For example, if pro account was a 50K account, the Pro Plus balance will start at zero and the minimum account balance of minus 2,000 equal to the same drawdown you had in the pro. If the trader was up 500 on a trade, the minimum account balance would now trail to minus 1,500. So, and that's intraday trailing drawdown. So if you go up $2,000, if you go up $2,000 on a trade, just saying hypothetically, and then you get out at break even, you've lost your you've lost your Pro Plus account. They're going to close, if I understand. Here it is. Hold on. If the trader has lost the Pro Plus account by breaking this limit, the trader will be able to withdraw whatever money is left in the pro account, and all the accounts are closed. Start from the starting line again. Snakes and ladders. They
close all of your accounts?
Let me confirm that, but
or is it just the pro account that you're trading?
I'm pretty sure they close all of it. But because the sentence was,
I almost took that long, guys. I almost took that long. It was a beautiful retest on the buy model. So again, back to what we were trading earlier. Sorry for interrupting you, futures.
Oh, no problem.
Same deal. Super easy setup. It is 15-second. I'm expecting to take out the high here, right? This is the 2022. We got our displacement, right? Our high, our close below, swing points, high, displacement. So we got a 2022 here.
Yep. Loss of the Pro Plus account will result in liquidation of the pro account.
Took out the high.
All confirmed.
Liquidation of the pro. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, but of that pro account, not all the pro accounts that you have on the, on your account.
Yeah, and of the pro account, it was the pro account that was being used kind of as collateral for the Pro Plus.
Correct. Okay. Yep. Hey, listen, that's fair enough. I don't like the whole trailing drawdown thing, and to be quite honest with you, from the way you just read that, it sounded like it sounded like we have a trailing drawdown on the pro account.
But once you pass it, you should be in the clear. If you have $5,000, you have a $2,000. Let me do this. You have a $2,000 trailing drawdown. You make $2,000.
Mike, give me 1 second.
No problem.
I've got major echo on your end, on my end.
Not on my. I listen.
No, on my stream.
Yeah.
On my stream. My stream has absolute horrible audio right now.
Do you have my stream on? And if you have my stream on, you have to mute it. That's one of the problems.
No, your stream is muted. It's my stream
Perfect.
that has just absolute. We just have echo after echo after echo after echo looping. I'm looping and you're looping as well.
So your mic is picking up.
I just got it. I figured it out. I think it's done. I had my desktop audio unmuted. So it was picking up everything in addition to the audio capture. That's why we were coming up on the stream on the start menu on mine. Okay.
Good evening, Woodchip.
That was my fault.
Good evening, Woodchip. Yeah, the guy is trading with Jesse W. I don't know if he he goes live. He goes live occasionally. I don't think he does it every day. His last live was 2 weeks ago and then 1 month ago. So he goes live every now and then. But no, that's a good piece of information.
Hey, what's up, Woodchip?
Anyways, don't take the invite. That's all. So build a higher equity in your pro account. Refuse the invite because you're allowed. Build a higher equity in your pro account until they force you to go live. And at least if you lose the Pro Plus account, all that equity in the pro account goes to you. They do state that in the contract. So it's not a one. I mean, look, it's not a complete CFTC. CFTC means shaft up the behind. I think it's.
CFTC means, to be precise, it means like.
You got shafted.
No.
No,
not exactly. CFTC is you're like ridiculous. You're like word. What's the word? I'm brain farting out all day today too. I've been my whole entire stream today. I didn't tell you futures. I was 7-hour stream today.
Oh yeah, I did. I was gonna ask you about that. I checked in at 12:30 just for a few minutes.
7 hours stream. I was like, what the heck am I doing over here? But it is what it is. My buddy John made me stay live to show the trade and what I was analyzing and my 18.6 target. I think they were all targeting like way higher numbers on that drop, right? But again, it's not, we're not always going to be right, guys. We're trying to figure this out. And my analysis is not like right now, right? I just took it away by accident. Put it back.
No, Woodchip. We are. Oh, wait a minute.
This is kind of what I'm looking for. I was waiting for a little bit lower, but I'm not going to be precise like this all the time, guys.
We
had a sell model that came in right here on the 2022. Am I looking for higher targets right now so that we can go much lower? Absolutely. And I'm looking for this to get taken out. Can we go up a little further and take this out? Absolutely. Why not? I like this level right here. I never tapped into it. I like this level right here for a short. I also like this level for a short.
And yes, Woodchip, I am long bias right now. We got over that consolidation area that I marked off, or what I was calling a consolidation area. I said I wanted to see us get over 18,655. I think I was hoping for, and we've done that. I can't. Well, can I say we've done that with some momentum? Yeah, we did do that with some momentum. What do you think about this, John? Here's my little take. We broke the internal, I guess you can call them internal liquidity. All these swing lows. Can you see my 1 minute chart?
Yeah, I'm looking at
your all these 1 minute all these 1 minute lows. We also broke this one over here, and once we took out this low at 6:30, we shot up, and this is important. We shot up with strong momentum. Doesn't that, for me, that indicates a continued bullish move? But
because
if these were significant levels, if this was, let's say, the low of the evening session. Would you interpret this now as potential?
So I'm going to show you what I'm looking at here, right? So what I see here. So here I marked this as a 2022. We're on a 15 second, right? If you're looking at my screen.
I am.
This right here is your market structure shift. You got your low, you have your high, right? Swing low, swing high, close below, right? Let me zoom in a little. So we've got swing low, swing high, right? Blue. When we closed above, we got the entry right here, 2022. We also got this area here. You know, I don't like it as much. It turns into a breaker. This is a bullish breaker, so I like the entry. I like the respect here. So this turned into a bullish breaker the second we closed above, right? We've got a, you know what? It actually didn't. It actually didn't, because in order for this to be a bullish breaker even on the 15 second, you need a low, a high, and then a lower low, and then a higher high to turn it into a breaker. So we would have turned it into a breaker with a higher high, but it's still an order block, right? What is a bullish breaker? Right here, the one that I marked out. You got the low, and you got the high. So you got a low, a high, a lower low, right? Lower low, and then you got a higher high, and this blue. So right here, we turned it into a bullish breaker. So I'm looking for respect of this level right here, right? Ideally with the bodies at least,
It's
right?
hard. Yeah, I'm full screen, but what's that number right there? 18.6 for the blue line.
I'm wondering why I'm having a hard time.
For the blue line there.
The blue line also supposed to sit here.
It's
Right? This is our high. 18,629.
629. Okay.
Right. So this is the high. Equal highs with this one here, right? But we closed above, and we created a market structure shift here. When we pulled down, we got the 2022 entry. Okay. Right here, which is where I wanted to take the long, and I just didn't hit the button. We just got the retest, right? So this right here turns into my liquidity. Sell side. And I'm looking to take this out. Once I take this out, I'm looking for another model, right? Now we're trading the 15 second at this point, but you get the model here. You don't get an entry here, but you do get an entry, I bet you, on the 5 second. Right? Boom. Got your displacement, same type of deal. Bodies, close below, right? You get your swing point, swing low, close above, close above, close above. So we got our market structure shift. The next pullback, which is an institutional order flow entry according to ICT, I believe, maybe I'm wrong, get a fair value gap. You barely trade into it, right? Even. You kind of leave the gap, you trade even with it right here. So you got your entry. It's a 5 second entry. I take them, right? Because I take them based on levels according to my setup, right? So I'm looking for the 2022 to complete, and then I'm looking for the retest to give me a trade. It'll give you the trade. It'll give you the setup. So I didn't take it. We didn't jump in. It would have been a monster trade already, right? We're talking 618, we're already 670, nice little 50, 60 point trade. And it moved quick, right? This is the only trade I want to take, guys. Like the 2022 sluggish, the retest, yeah, that moves. That shit moves fast. So now what am I looking for? I'm looking for the same thing in reverse, right? We're playing the 15 second though, 15 second here. And I have higher targets. We have a sell model potentially forming. Completion of the 2022. Potential completion now of the retest. Why do I say completion? Because if you look to your left, you've got the same 2022 sell model that came in right here. So we got the market structure shift down here, right? We got the highs, right? We get our swing lows, close above. So swing high, swing low, close above, close down. Technically 2022 here. Drop down. Come up. Fake out retest, right? Because 2022 also came up here, right? You got high, low. You got right here. A low, a high. Never close above though. So I'm looking for the close above. Low, high, close above this one. I mean, I'm not crazy about it at this level, but the retest takes out liquidity, and it's got room. I mean, look at the amount of room we left behind here, right, on the move. That's massive right there. So it's, you know, it can come up for this, but this is the move. This is the buy side 2022. It comes in here because you got the drop first, right? You get your displacement below your lows, right? You got confirmations here. So you got a low, a high. We close above with this monster, massive displacement, right? Low, high, close above. And then we drop down and we close below. So I'm, in theory, still looking for shorts on this 15-second time frame up here. I don't want to take this out yet because this is where we shifted. So now that we took out the liquidity, the 2022, right, which it has to be this actually, and I'll tell you guys why. Because in order for the 2022 to complete, it has to take out the low. So this is nothing. This is just midpoint consolidating. So this is our 2022. So right over here, where we got the low, the high, the displacement, we pull back up and we enter. So this is the liquidity that we're looking to be taken out on buy side. And it was already taken out. This is buy side liquidity. Now I want to see another model. It's the same deal. 15-second, I want to see the model. Now, what am I looking for in theory? I'm looking to go up in time frame, and I want to see now something very similar to what we're looking at here play out on a higher time frame. So 15-second, we're going to move up to the 1 minute, and I want to see what we're working with here. What does this setup look like from the 15-second with all the work that we did? Because we already took the 2022, we came up, came back down, right? Because we took out the high here, right? This is a high, completed. We came down for the retest, took out this high, and completed. So now the sell model 2022 is here. We don't need this. This is our liquidity. We know that where I put 2022, we're looking for that to get taken out. So I want this to be taken out. And we just did. So I would, on the 15-second, I'm going to be looking for a drop now. And if we go up to the 1 minute, we're looking at the first stage of the setup being completed, right? Because our swing point here is probably right here. So we're just now completing the first set of this buy model. Maybe. Even on the 1 minute, I don't like it. Let's go up a little bit more. 3 minute. 3 minute. Looking for the market structure shift, guys. Right? So 3 minute, we want to see the shift that we got here. It's a whole entire move. It's a whole entire move that happens here. You got the high, the low, the high, the displacement, multiple pivots, the tracement below. So we want to see all of that. We want to see all of that happen on the 3 minute. And that's when I want to really look for the trade. Because I believe that we're about to complete the 15-second, and it's going to give us that higher time frame identical setup. Right? And I was testing it earlier this afternoon. I have the path saved. We'll go back and look at that in a little bit. But for right now, let's see if we can find a trade. I rambled enough. I'm gonna let Futures jump in and do some of the rambling for the next couple of minutes. While I see if I can identify a setup to actually enter, maybe for a short after taking this level out now.
Well, I took 2 quick trades, 2 quick scalps. They both kind of worked out. Actually, it's true. I tried to get... Oh, no. Okay. I thought I tried to get into a third. No, the first one I tried to get into, I tried to do a 3 lot. I only got filled on a 1 lot. So I covered with about a 9 point profit, I think. I don't remember exactly. And then I did have another entry. I took this entry. Yeah, let me just make sure that, yeah, it's there. Open up the picture-in-picture. We had a 1 bar retrace. I'm above previous day's close. As I said, I saw us take out a couple of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 swing lows, and then just rocket higher, get above that range that I identified here in blue, which was basically boxing us in between the previous day's close and the previous day's low. Previous day meaning
Right.
today's price action, and I
And
jumped
that's
in.
that same area that I was just marking out the 2022, Mike.
Okay, so as soon as I saw this bullish
Right.
candle here, that was my first continuation candle. I jumped in on that, and unfortunately, I only jumped in with a one lot. I think I should, you see, again, I'm not trading a consistent size. That's not a big error, though. That's not, sizing down is not a big error. Today, I lost my shit. I was so angry at myself because I sized up irresponsibly. And that's dangerous.
So,
Maybe it's embarrassing to size down. Maybe it's stupid, but it's not
no.
dangerous. And that's the
But
thing.
if you're gonna size down, stay down for a while, right? Like, if you're gonna size down, the bigger question is why?
Yeah.
Why are you sizing down? Are you not as confident with the trade? Maybe, right? That's a good reason. Logical reason
volatility.
To take a smaller position.
Volatility. Look, the volatility's coming down quite quickly. We're down to 7 points on the 1 minute candles. That's still good. That's my cutoff point during the US session. It's not my cutoff point for the evening session. We're going to get a long trade here on the algo. It's not going to trigger on your screen. But I'll take a 3 lot, I guess, over here on this. And I'm going to target 7 points on this one if I can get filled. The reason 7 points is because I'm targeting 1 ATR. So actually, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to try to get a better fill. The entries for me at 72, 65. That's 7. Around 70. If I can get a 70, if I can get filled in this, there we go. 70, 75. I like that. So now if I see 65 touched, and it only has to be touched, this is a different trade. It doesn't have to hold. In this case, it only has to be touched, and I'll get out on the candle close.
So you're taking a long position.
Yeah, I'm long now. 72, hold on, 72. This is targeting 79, this trade. That's all. It's not like my Renko trades that go for 7, 14, 21. This is just a strict 7 points for 7 points. And it's not 7 points. I mean, you can say, oh, your Renkos are 7. It's based on the ATR. The ATR right now is 7 points. So
you're risking 7 to make 7.
Well, yes and no, because I have to wait. Theoretically, I'm supposed to wait for the candle to close. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to get out at 65. In this case, because I got in for about a 1.5 better, I'm actually risking 5.5 to make about 9 points. So it's almost a 2 to 1.
Not bad.
Yeah, if it works out.
That's not bad. I was going to say risk to reward.
Yeah.
Right. So for me,
I put in my stop.
Now, that kind of a move. Got a gap here. 2022, 3 minute.
Okay, took me out. So be it.
Got a low, I got a high, low to low. We just closed above. I'm thinking maybe a 18,649 long.
Oh, that would work beautifully. That would be a retest, a bounce, not only off previous day's close. I mean, the 5 o'clock close. Look at the first fair value gap for Asia. It would be a bounce off that, but it'd also be pretty much a bounce off VWAP. Woodchip wants us to look at the first FVG for the Asian session. The Asian session didn't open yet,
what
though.
I'm looking now.
It hasn't opened, though. Doesn't the Asia open at 8?
I think it opens 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, I think he means okay to start looking for that.
Just keep an. I think he's saying
keep an eye out for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, for me, what are we looking for? It's marked out. I like this for a retest.
Gotcha, Woodchip.
I like this not to get touched right now. Potential 22 here. But this is a smaller level. 15 seconds. Do I want to come all the way up here right now? Are we looking for this yet? If we start tapping into this level, we're basically shifting structure. Here, we're not. Here, we're potentially getting a sell model. Don't need to rush it though, right? We'll know if we have a sell model. But this is also going to be the retest. 2022 closed out the low, formed a smaller one, came up, retested, completed a whole entire model. on the 1 minute time frame.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I couldn't see it, wood chip, because I have the way Ninja draws the charts for the end of day. It's it put in this crazy line over here, so I couldn't see if there was if there was one right there. I was actually thinking it was this bearish fair value gap, but now that you say 601, so it definitely was these bullish candles over there.
Oh, excuse me.
But we've tapped into it already. Wood chip, no? Definitely, I would say definitely tapped into it. Definitely, we've definitely tapped into it. I can see that already.
Well, this is like a wood chip.
Maybe that was his target.
This is a crazy unicorn. In the imbalance that I'm looking for.
Well, we can make a run now for the evening session highs at 18,700. If I can get an entry, which is very unlikely that I will get a setup, but if I can get a setup, I'm good to go. I'm good to take it, hoping that we move back up to 18,700.
I'm looking to short this, I think. Retest, gonna give us a full setup here. First leg, we should be taking out the high. So I think I want to see some type of higher price action, symmetry. I'd like to see a symmetrical move. Oops. Give me my...
That's what I like about having different opinions. We don't even have to worry about people copying our trades because they're going to get confused. Joker, yep. I'm going to short this. Futures floor, I'm looking to go long. What to do? Yep. You know what to do, guys? You got to go to the beat of your own drum. You have to develop your own systems. You have to identify your own edge. And you got to you got to trade your own shit. You can't follow and copy other people. You can learn from other people, but don't rely on other people's trades to... Not just ours, anybody's, any streamers you're in. That's not a way to make money in the markets.
Keep taking sell side. Let's mark out. We came above this level. So technically, if you want to count this as a market shift, you can, right? You got the swing. You got the high, you got the low, you got the close above, your displacement, you got the entry. So easily take this out. What would our order block be up here? It would be the high for the short. We're anywhere in this range. So we do have a bearish breaker here. Got a high, a low, higher high, a lower low. So this is a bearish breaker right here. So if this is probably my most favorite level right here, and then we're on it. So do I attempt it on this level? You know what, guys? Why not? Why not? Why not? We're not going to risk $271. I don't know why the heck that was up there. We're not looking to make 18,550. Geez. What are you doing over here? $516, 2 micros. We really looking to target that right now? No? Heck no.
I was just running some math here.
Down. Definitely the lows. So if we take one trade tonight, guys, one trade, we're going to hold it to 18,609. Stop loss, 1 pivot. Oh, it's got to be 2. So
Give me 2
nothing
minutes,
crazy.
guys. I'll be back.
Targeting that right there. What are we thinking, wood chip? You're long. Man, I just entered short, dude. Went through it and back, huge sell off. Now it's back to take the highs. I do have some higher targets as well, wood chip, as I mentioned. I really do think that we could potentially come back down one more time, one more leg down here. I won't target the lows. I'm gonna target here, this low. See if we exit out of the position here. So retest unicorn short, guys. I want to make this purple instead of red, so we can read it better. All right, so we're taking a unicorn short off of a 15-second. Looking to target some lower targets. Let's see, is a 3-minute giving us anything clean here? 3-minute. And at least the imbalance at 649 for this trade. Somewhat like this confirmation here to keep going up a little higher. Placement here. 15-second. Came down. So this is the 15-second, and I'll put this one to the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute, right? 1 minute and 15-second on the left. Okay. So 1 minute. Drop. Right here. Sorry, I'm a little quiet on the stream here, guys. I'm just trying to really dissect my my analysis here. Right, so this pivot on the 1 minute, on the 15-second. This is the 1 minute. Good for you. No, I'm in a short right here, but I'm debating maybe closing out right at this level. It's a decent scalp, good start. $75. I'm targeting a little lower, but I am a little iffy about it at this spot right here. 2 micros. I might close out. Right. We're gonna keep it tight. We'll book out the $75. $80, 81. See if we make this move fast. Right, this level here, I can see a reaction. I'm gonna trail it tight. And who cares how low it goes, right? Let's go green, $85. Here we go. We're out of the trade. Plus 80 for the day so far. $75. It gave me 75. Oh gosh, what account did I just take that on? Oh, I thought I took that on my funded account. That sucked. Not terrible. I mean, it was $75 on a take profit account that needs now $960 to pass. But if I would have known that this was a take profit account, I would have definitely held it. No, I don't need to take any big for what? Think about it, futures. I've got $900 to pass that account. Now that I know, I'm going to trade that account for the rest of the day since that's what we're doing. But I'll just take a couple more trades and be a little bit more aggressive with it. I forgot that I put it on the eval. But if I take another 15 trades at $80, I'm funded. You know what I mean? I don't need to get greedy. I'm still, I still have those targets. Let's remove this now. Look at this later. Comparison. I think my targets are correct. I'm confident. I'm getting way more confident with my setup, guys. I'm getting way more confident. Hey, futures. Woodchip says he can't hear you.
Thanks, Woodchip. I forgot to turn on my mic for OBS.
Oh, that's right. I'm listening to you from Discord.
Discord, yeah.
I couldn't tell.
So I ran the numbers here quickly for that 2% rule. The 2% rule. I think we're not. I don't have anything here right now that's going to put me in a trade. John, is there anything that you see urgent on the charts, or I could bring up this 2% rule right now?
You can bring it up at any time. I just got out of the short.
Perfect.
I just got out of the bottom.
So I have a
good exit, guys. Good exit.
Wednesday.
A little round of applause right there. Let's just where's that Discord? I love this.
Yeah, the soundboard. Oh shit.
All right, there we go.
Will I have time?
I still think we're gonna go down just because I got out. It doesn't mean that it's just because it pumped up a little. Doesn't. I think this is a good entry. This could potentially be a decent entry for the short, maybe, right? Because we also came down. Main reason why I exited this position. I have some higher targets, slightly higher targets.
Everyone's saying, wait a minute, he just said decent entry for a short and futures floor went long.
Yeah, good long from there. I just got out of my short. It could be a decent entry at this order block. We got to pay attention here, and you got to be really careful right at this imbalance. We're coming into it now, right? We just tapped into it now. Boom. So if we can push up, pass through all of this, then I can see a symmetrical move basically at the top of my yellow box, my yellow lines. So if we can push up through this, I'd like to see here and green line exit for the long. And if Woodchip is still in his long, I know he usually has conservative exits, conservative stops, so he's probably still in it.
So were you notified about this, what they're all calling the 2% rule? Did you get any...
No, can you break it down? Because I'm not even aware of what we're discussing here.
Yeah, I don't know how the notifications are going out. I know my son heard about it today. He came to me and says, hey, Dad, what's this 2% rule that I have no idea how to figure it out. He tells me, okay, so I'm familiar with the whole lock limit down aspect of futures trading. Actually, the markets get halted when they reach a certain percentage move to the downside to prevent the markets from spiraling out of control to the downside. So the exchanges, they halt trading. I don't know the exact numbers. You'd have to check it. But during the U.S. session, I'm pretty sure during the U.S. session, the first halt is at 5%. The 2% rule is the firms don't want you trading within 2% of that level. Let me explain. Let me use numbers here to be perfect. 19,133 was Wednesday's close. Now, 5% of that, let me just do it, 19,133 times 0.05. 5% of that is 956 points. So theoretically, actually, the markets will halt if the NQ goes down by 956 points. It's only a 5-minute halt, I think. It's not for the day.
It halts?
It halts. They halt trading.
Hold up. So 2-minute rule is that the market...
2% rule. 2% rule.
2% rule.
No, the market halts. That's just a fact. The market halts. The market will go... the market will halt. It will reopen, though, after, I think it's 5 minutes. The first halt, I think, is for 5 minutes. But that's at 5%, so 956.65. But the 2% rule is the prop firms don't want you trading within 2%, or they want to retain a 2% buffer. In other words, if the market is down 3%, only 3%, not 5% where it locks limit down and it halts. Only 3%, they want you to stop trading. You're not allowed to be trading anymore. So 19,000, Wednesday's close, 19,133 times 0.03 is only 573 points. If the market is down, I don't see it. I would say they should call it the 3% rule, not the 2% rule, because if the market moves 3%, you're within 2% of the 5% lock limit. The reason why they call it the 2% rule is because not every market has the same lock limit percentages. Some are 7%, maybe some are bigger. You're not allowed to trade within, I know this is complicated, you're not allowed to trade within 2% of that. So let me start, now that I've introduced the topic, let me summarize. If NQ gets down by 5%, there's a halt. They don't want you, that's 5%, but Topstep doesn't want you trading once NQ is down 3%. They want to retain a 2% buffer, a 2% cushion away from that 5% lock limit.
I got out. Instead, I just took a short here, thinking on a retest. Sorry for cutting you off.
No problem.
Reading Woodchip's comments.
But they don't say what
thought about it too right when I got out.
They don't say what the penalty is if you trade. So if the markets are down 3.01%, you're not allowed to trade anymore because you're 2% away from the 5% lock limit. And that's why they're calling it the 2% rule, because you cannot trade when you are 2% away from the lock limit rule. And in order to be 2% away from it, the market has to fall 3% because the lock limit is at 5%. Am I making sense?
I'm still a little confused with it, but
okay.
Me.
No, let me do it again. Markets halted. Markets go lock limit at 5%, right? That's a fact. If the markets fall by 5%, the markets will halt.
So is that what happened yesterday with that big drop?
Yeah, it did. The market didn't freeze. The market was halted.
It halted.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they don't want you at that level, whatever that level was. They don't want you taking trades 2% away from that level. Even you have to stop. You have to create a distance from the lock limit level of 2%, and you can't trade in that zone. Let me use numbers. I'll make it easy. Wednesday's close was 19,133, right? Mm-hmm. Say yes, 19,133. Yep. 3%, a 3% move down would be 573 points. So if I do 19,000 minus 19,573, 19,133 minus 573, you have to stop trading at 18,560. But the markets haven't halted, because the markets halt at 5%, but you have to stop trading at 3% down. That's clear.
When did this come out?
Um,
And is this on every single firm?
I know I saw it on Discord, on Topstep. They were very aggressive with it. They were sending out more Discord updates. Guys, be careful. Don't forget the 2% rule. Again, they're calling it a 2% rule, but you have to stop when the markets are down 3%. Tick Trader or Take Profit Trader was doing it also.
So if you hold the trade overnight, let's say you get into a trade overnight, and overnight the market drops like that, and you don't get out of your trade, what happens? They give you a penalty at least?
On one of the firms, I don't remember which firm, they said they cancel the trade, they take away your profits. But that's not why they're doing it. They're doing it because they want to protect themselves, because the downside is very dangerous for them. Imagine you're long and you're trading aggressively and the markets fall 5% and then they lock limit down. And then Trump comes out with these crazy tweets. When they reopen the market, often or possibly, I won't say often, possibly the market won't even open for trading. It will just go down the next tranche, the next percentage, and immediately lock limit down again. So there's always the possibility that the market just keeps falling with no one able to trade as they keep rebalancing the orders. And they're saying, okay, we have such an order imbalance to the sell side. We froze the market, let's say hypothetically at 18,100. We stopped trading, we halted trading. We're going to reopen in 5 minutes. But there's so much sell side imbalance that they don't open the market. They just readjust the price.
Sorry for cutting you off. Your mic is coming in distorted on your stream.
Maybe I'm just a little too close. Yeah, sorry. I was too close to the mic. Let me just move it a little back. Anyways, something to keep note of, because they will take away your profits. As far as I saw, I'm going to look into it in more depth to see exactly what the rules are and what the restrictions are. But yeah, you guys, especially in this market with this volatility, the firms are saying you have to be aware of it. You cannot trade within 2% of the lock limit.
How the heck are you supposed to know? I mean, I guess you know, because you know what it is, right? I guess you know where the drop is. So
and it doesn't even work on the Topstep had a little podcast or whatever. They said it doesn't even work on the close of the NQ futures.
But it might not be something that most people are really worried about, right? Because they don't hold for 500-600 points.
No, that's not the point. It's not that you held. You can't open a trade. You can't initiate a trade. You can't enter an order. You have to close. You have to liquidate everything. Remove all your orders. You have to take yourself out of the market. So if I had to simplify this, if a guy now is scratching his head and says, Mike, I didn't understand a word you said, please make it simple for me. It's as simple as I can say. If the markets are down 3%, you have to be out of the market. That's as simple as I can put it. If you're not out of the market,
is there a time? Is there a time that they need the markets to drop 3%?
No. At any time. If you see minus 3%, you have to be out of the market. Otherwise, you're violating the rules.
And where the heck where am I going to see? Where can you see the percentage of the market? The heck?
Wait, you have to count. Topstep said you can't use the closing price. You have to find out what the settlement price is. The settlement is different than the closing price.
Fuck that. Excuse my language. That's why I don't use Topstep. They can suck it.
I think they're all going to use settlement price.
Man, if it's really going to start getting this crazy, they're gonna kill your account if you're kill the trade, right? Kill my trade. What the heck just came up?
Yeah, I don't think they kill your account. But the problem is, and I understand the problem for them. Imagine you have some aggressive trader and like I said, he's on a live account and he's trading a 10 lot minis. And then the market locks limit down and he's long. He can lose much more than the cash balance in the account, and they don't want to expose themselves to that. That's why they initiated the rule. They're basically protecting their ass again.
We'll see.
I notice as
giving it to us.
I notice as the CME is starting to show that they want these firms to move everyone to live, the firms are scrambling to put rules in place to protect themselves, like the Pro Plus with a trailing drawdown that protects them from you losing all the money that you've accumulated in your Pro account. Now this 2% rule where you can't trade if the markets are down 3%.
Yeah, they're implementing a lot of really tough rules to stomach, right? I don't know that they're
let's see if I could pull
they're completely bearable, but it's kind of, I don't know, whatever. They might be getting these rules forced onto them as well, right? This might not be something that
no. This is them just trying to protect their
rear end.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, that didn't change. Let's see if I can find it. Status updates. Here we go. Top step price. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Top step price limit threshold triggered. Top step's 2% price limit threshold earlier in the session and is continuing to be extremely volatile. We want to make sure you're aware of what that means for your account. As a reminder, this is from TopStep. Trading within 2% of a limit is prohibited at TopStep. Our risk team is actively monitoring the situation. Any trader in a funded level account, live funded account, or express funded account who is trading within the 2% limit may be auto-liquidated. For details on how the price limits work and how to stay compliant.
Okay, so they're just gonna auto-liquidate the trade.
Yeah.
Whatever.
If you're still there, yeah.
You're gonna auto-liquidate it in profits or whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
at that point.
Whatever it is. You're out, they're gonna take you out. And if you put in an order, they'll cancel it immediately.
They'll just cancel it, exactly. All right. It is what it is. So it's not something that they're gonna really penalize you for.
No,
they're just gonna take you out of the trade.
Exactly. They don't want you in the market. Markets are down 3%. That's it, guys. We don't want you in the market. Everything is auto liquidated. I wouldn't even be surprised if they stop feeding you quotes just to keep people out of the markets. Maybe yes, maybe no. But anyways, you couldn't enter. You wouldn't be able to enter a trade. So that's the 2% rule. Let me go see who the other firm is. I track one other one here.
While you look that up, I'm gonna go and grab a glass of water because I'm thirsty. I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay, it's Tick Tick. I see it over here. And I know they were talking about it also. I'm sure they're all going to be talking about it. Anyways, I don't have it, but the rule, I don't have it right here on hand, but the rule I'm sure is pretty much the same. I'll be able to find it and have it for tomorrow. But regardless, the rule is the same. I'm sure that it'll be the same deal. If you have an order in or a trade and the markets are down 3%, they'll probably just shut you down. And I'm certain all the firms are going to start employing that rule also. So you have that. You have, well, it's only the Pro Plus account so far that I know that you go live and they put you with a trailing drawdown again, seriously. And then you have the new TopStep CME agreement that I'm going to have to feed into ChatGPT and see what that's all about, because it looks like looks pretty worrisome, that agreement. And unfortunately, I'm not a lawyer and I don't understand all that I read about it. So I don't know exactly what they're calling an instance, but, or no, what do they call it? I don't know. They had a word name for it. Instance, control unit, device unit, something. But they want fees for every whatever they're calling a unit. So what I'm wondering is, if you have 20 accounts, does that mean they want you to pay 20 times the data fees? Let's see if I can get a little note on the audits. And then there's audits. Oof. I don't know. It sounds pretty damn crazy. Let me see.
Hey, what did I just walk into with audits? What's the audits about?
That's the third thing I said we can talk about today while we're waiting for a trade. I don't have any setups coming. We just broke through the evening session highs at a little bit after 8 o'clock. Not a surprise. We rotated lower. I can move my line up now here. Now these are the new evening session highs. I could potentially get a long trade, but yeah, I was talking about these.
I was going to say, I'm in like a 50-50 short here. I kind of want to see maybe something like this.
Yeah.
And then come down. So I could be in a bullish consolidation or a bullish pump before it makes its way back down to me, to where I want to see it go. Close out here. And then hit my TP. Preferably just straight down though. Just straight down. Take the elevator down. Or just jump out the window. Jump out the window better.
Jump out the window.
Forget the elevator. All right. If I get a decent setup, I will add to this position. It's an eval, right? Trying to get a little bit more aggressive, but not too much. It's probably one of the worst drawdowns you have with Take Profit Trader, right? They give you $2,000 on a 50K.
Yeah, it's low.
So, you have to be really careful. I have a little bit more than the 2,000 because I think I'm above, right? Above the buffer. So I have what, 2,000? Nope, 2,000 even right now. We just went below it with the $50. I'd like to see this liquidity get swept above. Preferably not too big of a push. First FEG now inverted. Also 5-minute bullish FEG, same level to bounce. I think this was it, right? Did I mark it out already? So we have 8 p.m. Asia now. 8 p.m. Asia's fair value gap.
I'm curious to see what's coming. Seriously, I'm really curious to see what's coming down the pipe.
I think I already have it marked out. Yeah, this is the 8.
Your camera is off.
I basically, yeah, I'm
oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew. Quick. I just looked.
No, I'm gonna turn it on in 2 seconds. So I was a little bit off on the FEG right here. This is, I think it's the 802 candle, right? Woodchip, the one we're looking at. It bounced off of the imbalances here on the 1 minute. There's a bunch of them stacked here. And then this is your gap, which aligns with my unicorn. This is your FEG.
I guess, guys.
15-second unicorn short, which played out. Small move, so it did play enough. I mean, it gave us a good trade. I took that. We got out at the bottom. Should have been in a long. Double the move. But I feel like we completed up here now. And if we get a small pump, I definitely want to see some lower prices here. We do have a market structure shift 15-second, market structure shift 1 minute. Damn, this looks like a 1 minute entry. This looks like a 1 minute entry to maybe go up a little higher. Got a unicorn short potentially sitting here. Lower time frame, not even on the 1 minute. I think it's still a 15-second. Down, shift, entry here, took it out. Potential reversal.
I will potentially have an entry long over here at 97. Volatility is still pretty decent, 10 points average range on the 1 minute candles, so we could see a move on that. I'm not going to enter right away. If it does trigger, I'm going to try and get a better price. Make the risk reward profile a little more attractive.
Potential.
Looking around, everything is pretty much bullish for me right now. The algo is long biased. Top step charts, long biased. 1 minute chart, long biased.
I'm in a short long bias.
Doesn't mean it's gonna go up. It's just
I'm in a short long bias.
it's just what I'm allowed. I'm only allowed to take long trades for the moment, if I'm to follow my rules. We haven't given an indication that momentum has shifted to the downside yet. I don't have a lower swing high. We're above the close. We're above VWAP.
Well, I'm playing the algo.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We made this. We made the symmetrical move.
Sure, yeah. You look at it.
We made the symmetrical move from here, right? Which is what I was looking for. This is the consolidation, manipulation down, and then we mark it from that manipulation. So we took it out. The symmetry is in place. We've got potential 2022, 2022, right? Both of them, both taken out because the low's here. So take it at the high. All right, let's take it at the high. This is the low. We made a new low. So this completed the model. We got the buy model here. Completed a small 2022. Came back in and did the retest. Retest took out the 2022. Right? This is the part that I struggle with. Is it this one? Is it, oops. Is it that one? Is it this one, right? Is it this one? So, you know, what are we looking for? Is it going a little higher? Because it's got another one up here. I'm working on it, right, futures? We're trying to figure it out. But for the most part, I do like if we can see a setup, a full model forming, which potentially giving it to us now. I'd like to see a lower neckline than this neckline. So we'll come down below this area, take this out easily, at least TP1, right? Take one maybe off here. I wouldn't though, I'd be just holding if I don't chicken out and close the whole thing. But yeah, I could definitely see us taking out these lows right here, relatively equal lows.
Okay. I thought about it. I know when we're in sync. You catch the whole move. When the markets change direction, I'm able to jump in after 30 to 40% of the move has been completed. That's when my charts will start 30%, maybe, depending on how far your target is. Sometimes it could be lower, but I'm saying like right now with the way you're looking at maybe some closer targets.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I would say 30.
Like 652. You know,
Yeah.
right now I'm targeting 30 points.
So
You're gonna target something like 74, 10 points, 15 points, 12 points.
So 30% of your move would have to happen before I would probably be able to start jumping in. But at that point, where we're going in the same direction, you're just able to get in earlier, which is great because I'm giving up a big chunk of the move.
I mean, it's yes and no, though, right? Like you have to.
Yeah, well, there are times when the markets will just continue going in one direction, and I'll keep riding that trend. And you're not getting.
I might still be wrong, you know, just like you might be wrong also taking the trades. And if we're wrong, we just got to get stopped. I mean, I don't know if I want to get stopped all the way up here where I'm sitting right now with this trade. There's an eval of 51, 150, 200, 250, 100, 250 bucks, whatever.
Okay, I add it to my long. I'll get out of one at 97. I just put it in at 95.25, a little too close. Let's put it at 97 and a quarter, good enough. Nope, there's a swing high there. I'm going to get out before it. I'm going to get out before the swing high. Too often, this swing high can potentially get front run. And then, hey, I'm doing really good. I'm trading 1 lots, 2 lots, and I like the numbers I'm seeing. It's not a big deal to trade 1 and 2 lots. Just take, it'll give you the ability to, sit in the trade a little longer. You can stomach the numbers, right? Even if it goes in against you, right? Like I'm $100 down right now with 2 micros, and it has to be a whole entire 25 points to give me that kind of red. Yeah.
I am gonna potentially enter here. I'm gonna add to my position.
Okay, well, I'm done with that trade. So what was my hold time on that trade?
I don't know if this is going to be a good idea, guys, but we're going to do it. Just added 1. Adjust the stop. I do like the long. I really like the long, even higher time frame, how it's setting up right here. Got the higher low, we got the displacement, you got the entry, and we've got a potential 2022 completion. So right now, I just want this to get taken out. I want this to come down after the completion, and I want to see us at least retest this shoulder now. So my buy limit all the way down here doesn't necessarily need to be all the way down there. It could probably exit out here somewhere. But I'm going to start just taking out contracts at this low. I'm going to 640, 649.
I'm going to jump in here. While everything that I have, everything that I have is indicating for me to remain bullish. What I am seeing in the charts is the fact that we just got a lower swing high. We took out the evening session highs at 8 o'clock. And often, I won't say 80% of the time, but often,
God, I forgot to turn my camera on. Nobody said that.
There is a reversal around between 8 and 8:30, almost like there's the 10 o'clock, what do they call it? The 10 o'clock bounce, but the 10 o'clock bounce is a small bounce in the direction that the market's open in. The reversal at 8 and 8:30 that I'm noticing is usually a complete reversal of direction, and we would be heading for the lows now potentially, or at least the mid-range of the evening session. So there is just from chart reading, there is potential now that the high of the evening session was put in at 8 o'clock. And we start heading lower, get back under VWAP, get back under the previous day's close. But as you saw, even though there's potential for that, I have to go with what my systems are telling me, and they're all telling me just when you get a setup, take a long trade. Right now, take a long trade.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I'm even though I'm in the short, I still, I'm still not sold at this level, right? All I'm seeing is potential continuation, right? I haven't really seen a reason for it to really want to go down yet, other than the level that I'm looking at here that just got retested, right, for the 2022 setup. So, and even this, I have to see how we react at 650. If we can get all the way down to the lows, take these out, and maybe get down to the bottom here, that's like a $600 trade, $550 trade. But I don't know. I can still see some higher price action. I'm not super convinced yet. Like even right now, what we just came into, right? That's a market structure shift. We just came right into the order block. Like I kind of like the long from this level.
Good job, Woodchip.
What do we got here?
So Joker, now that you have a little bit of more experience, a closer view of how I trade, it's not as schizophrenic as it seemed maybe to you in the beginning. You do see.
What do you mean? In what sense?
I mean, like I think you do see now the structure that I follow. It's much more short-term oriented, but if I were to take my 1 minute chart and kind of just do that, if you can see my chart, if you were to ask someone which direction is the market going, he would have to say up, right? Based on what you see on my 1 minute chart.
Yeah, I mean it depends. It depends what you're looking at.
Well, what do we got? We got.
But everything is like
just on that 1 minute chart. Just on that, I only give you that picture. I just give you the 1 minute chart. We got price at the lower left going to the top right. So
just the only indicator that you might have a potential, just looking at what we're looking at, if you didn't know much, or if whatever, just the lower high, the fact that we made a lower high on the on top side, right, on buy side.
Yep.
So that right there is maybe a small little indicator.
No, I get that, but that's the reading into the future. If I were to just to show you this picture and ask you the question, what's the not what's the market going to do, but what has the market done? What's it doing right now?
Yeah, it's pumped, right? It's pumped up.
It's up.
Yeah, it's been up, sure.
We're going from, like I said, the bottom left to the top right. It's up. So that's basically the schizophrenic, what Chip says. That's basically the strategy I follow. Let's say looking within the last half an hour of candles, if I'm going to simplify it and just identify what the trend is. Not all the time there is a trend to identify. Sometimes it's sideways action. But basically just identify that and keep riding it for as long as it goes. See, the thing is, though, I don't always get trades. You say, oh, yeah, but when it reverses, you're always going to have losing trades. No, sometimes it reverses and it doesn't even give me a setup until it reverses far enough that the bias changes and I'm going to start taking trades in the opposite direction. So, I mean, there are market personalities that chop me up. There are days, I remember when Alex was here trading beside me, we just couldn't get a winner. And I don't know if I remembered it, if I said it last night, but maybe I said it today in the stream. In a session from 9:30 to 12, the system that I follow has taken as many as 65 trades in that 2.5 hour period.
Wow.
So you're talking an entry almost every.
Are you taking them on your sim?
No.
Is it taking them on your sim, or is it just something that?
No, it's just what I mean by that. It's let me change that. A setup is being identified. So on average, every minute.
And then it's up to you whether or not you take it.
I'm supposed to take them all. My statistics, that chart that I showed you, is based on taking them all. But I can actually, on a day like that, I have an entry almost every minute and a half for 2.5 hours straight. That's extremely active trading.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is something that you programmed, right? This is your algo.
Yeah,
Your algo.
it's my own, I guess, method of trading. I'm not comfortable when it's trading that aggressively. I'm comfortable. My sweet spot is when I know it's going to take about 20 to 30 trades in that 2.5 hours. So about a setup, let's say every 5 minutes.
Okay.
Another entry, which sounds crazy, but that's the sweet spot, really. And how do I know when the sweet spot is? I can just look at the volatility. If the volatility is 30 points, average range on the 1 minute candles, I know it's going to be a trade every minute and a half. If the volatility is 5 points during the US session, 6 points, 7 points, average range on the 1 minute candles, I know I probably won't have a setup for be one every 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. So just by the volatility, I know how often I'm going to get a setup. Like right now, just to give you an idea, how many trades did I take? I took, I think, 2, 3, 4. Definitely 3. I took definitely 3. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There actually were 7 setups that I should have entered.
Were they all green setups?
No, let me tell you. Give me a minute. No, 1 loser, 1 winner, 1 loser. That's 2 losers, 3 losers, 4 losers, 4 losers.
Sounds to me like you took all the winners.
It really does, eh? I got lucky. 1, 2, 3.
Sounds to me like you identified something.
I got lucky.
So do you find that it's luck, or do you think that maybe over time you've been able to identify some of the setups that look a little bit better and higher probability than others, and you don't find yourself entering every single time the algo trader says jump in?
Yeah, I think that what you said is exactly right. It's the one that I'm able to identify when a setup is more of an A+ setup. Yeah, and when a setup is a B setup or a C setup. Like if I get a sell entry or a short entry triggered, and we're right at VWAP, or we're right at the previous day's close, or even worse, we're at a significant level on the downside,
Hey, what's up, Luna?
It would be ridiculous to take that trade.
Have you eaten at least Joker trades and everything?
Let's gamble.
I hope Luna's still in here. I didn't have a chance to say hello. I was stuck on your stream. I didn't even realize Luna jumped in. Really glad to see him here. That was cool. No, we ate dinner with the family, Luna. If you're hearing me, ate dinner with the family and jumped on the evening stream with Futures Florida TV. I'm actually hanging out usually in his Discord just because there's so many more people there. There's like 6 or 7 in his channel.
So many more.
So we were just, we're just hanging out.
It's relative.
There was, and it's my fault that I'm not even swapping back and forth into my channel. That's all right.
The hell are you doing? I don't know. Me right now, I'm just waiting for another setup.
Humble beginnings. Yes, sir. Humble beginnings. I mean, it's just, honestly, it's just cool, Woodchip, to see people that, I actually enjoy their company also, just stopping in and chatting. And that's why I'm a little disappointed if Luna left. I was kind of excited to see him here. But, even when you're in here, when Future's in here, when I'm chatting with Futures, when my brother jumps in, right? It's kind of cool just to have people in the chat, and you're not sitting there just bored out of your mind trading.
Oh, Kevin,
Luna's here because he is genuinely interested in learning. He's a sponge like me. I want to explore everything. Yeah, for sure, man. Without a doubt. I'm in the same boat. I just don't really have a desire to shift off of this algorithmic method of trading that I do. It might be a little bit tougher to lock down and perfect, and and really fine tune. But I've tried everything. I know I'm only 12 months, and it might sound stupid saying it, but I've tried them all, dude. Like I've done, you name a type of setup that a type of strategy that's out there, other than ICT, I'll break it down for you. I'll give it to you in detail, how it works. How they trade it, how it's supposed to be traded, whatever. I just don't care for it. It doesn't have the type of results and probability that I see trading the algo. Yeah, which for sure, man. I've done it all, dude. I've tried every possible setup out there, and nothing really works for me. Not that I can't see them and identify them and so on. It just doesn't. I feel like it's a simple way to get people to find a setup that maybe has a 40% probability, a 40% win rate. I don't know. However stupid this might sound, I want 100% win rate. Right? In a year from now, I want to have 90. Forget 100. 100 is being an asshole. A 90. I want to have an 85 to 90% win rate. And the times that I'm failing and I'm missing, it's because it's my fault, right? It's because I'm simply being you know what I mean? And if I turn into a...
Yeah, I was going to say, did I just hear a duck quacking?
If I turn into a... That's my fault, right? It has nothing to do with anything else. So
was I right? Was I right or was I right at the beginning of the show? I said you're the Wayne Gretzky of ICT.
I don't know about the...
Hey, if you're going for 90%, that's the Wayne Gretzky. That's the Alex.
We got to get there first, right?
That's the Alex Ovechkin of ICT.
We got to get there first. I may potentially close this trade here if this thing starts giving me a 15-second reversal setup, which I potentially see coming in. I don't like that it's going to pull me up all the way to this high to give me the confirmation and actually kind of break even the trade. But I'd rather see lower targets. I want to see a fake out here. I don't really want to see us that quickly pulling up here. I really like to see a displacement down below the 649. I will take off 2 contracts here, just because it's a logical level to exit majority of my position.
Yeah,
eval, not an eval, doesn't make a difference. What's up, futures?
Oh, I was just saying, you're having a good evening tonight. You got you got some good trades.
Luna's I hear you. I tried nearly read that. It was light bulb on grin. It was light bulb on grin ear to ear when I started using a model. Oh yeah, light bulb and a grin ear to ear for sure, bro. 100%. Wood chip. Because you have way more direction, dude. You have way more. It just makes sense. The trades just start making sense, man. They just, you can hold, even right now, I have, when I just said, hey, I might, if we start closing above here, I might consider closing out this position, right? It's for a reason, right? It's because it's part of the setup. If I start seeing the reversal, kind of like what I didn't do today, when I saw the long setup coming in, like a bozo, I sat in the trade and I let it run up. That doesn't make sense. It's not a logical thing to do. Hey, Luna, there you are. Ended today with a really good trade shorting towards MOC. Nice. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Sorry, I didn't say anything earlier. I was in my co-streamer's stream, just kind of hanging out, reading the chat, Futures Floor TV. All right, guys, I like this level. I like what we're coming into. Got a nice little trade here. 3 micros. We're sitting at about 140. I'd like to see if I can get tapped in. It's a third symmetrical low here. I might take 2 off right here, even if because it might start pulling up right now fast.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna just take. I think we're gonna take 2 right here, guys. We're gonna eliminate this. We got 1 runner left.
I was going to consider just jumping into a long here, but I can't, and I'll tell you why I can't. I got too many short-term bearish momentum indicators right now. That trend line sucks. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still very short bias of futures, right? I still want to see lower targets, but my TP for these two contracts was sitting at 655. We came down to 658. I didn't take it. Normally, I should have pressed the button a little sooner, right? Because that's what I do when it front runs me. I still think it's going to hit my target, but when I get so close to target, to my first target, I'm okay just closing out, right? Like, I don't want to let the whole thing run up. I still have my runner, which it was intended to hold on to until my lower target. So we're going to hold on to the runner. But it doesn't, you know, I'm not opposed to giving back 10, 15 bucks and closing a little bit sooner than my first TP, right? At that initial, you know, on that initial first touch.
Yeah.
All right, like it would have just tapped me right now, right? Coming into it now, boom, I would have got tapped in. But it's all right. What's no big deal, right? It's
Well,
I'm still
nice.
boom. Look at that, loving that.
I'm not
Loving
surprised
that.
to see
Targets are
lower
much
price
lower.
action.
I do want to see a close here and now a potential pullback to the shoulder. So if we start pulling back over here, guys, we're going to close this position out. Right? I still want to see another drop, a fair value gap. Perfect level right here, right at the bottom of the yellow. My stop should have been a little higher. I was a little bit tight ass right there, but that's all right. If we can get one, boom, we're out of the position, guys, out of that trade. Good with that. Solid. We're up 230 bucks. 2 trades, total of 5 contracts. Right? I'm good with that. Those are, it's beautiful. Solid trades. And I don't even necessarily need to trade the account again, right? This account is it's a take profit account. I'll probably keep trading it, right? Because we need about 800 bucks to get this account funded. So we're really close. We're on day 5 today. So if we do get another 800 bucks on this account, guys, this will be number 3 on funded take profit account. And we're not trying to, we're not trying to do it with any crazy positions. We don't have to. I don't have to. I can simply take the setup every single time with 2 to 3 micros, 5 if I want to get aggressive. Don't have to risk much. And we're going to still fund this bad boy quickly.
Well, let's give it up for Joker on that trade. I don't know if you guys
Thank
hear
you,
the
sir.
horn. You hear the horn on my end here?
I'll play it on my end as well since you want to.
There you go.
There we go. There's the horn for
I'm
the
not
winner.
surprised to see this move though lower. Like I said,
All right, guys. That was another winner.
once I saw that swing low, or the swing high, lower than the previous swing high. Like I said, after around 8:30,
Thank you, Luna.
often the markets in the evening session reverse. That's also one of the reasons why I didn't take that that long that I was saying for a bounce off the VWAP or. Well, I can't. Yeah, just off the VWAP. I couldn't take it off the previous day's close because everything switched to short at that time. The top step charts were still long at VWAP, but now everything is short. So you're out, and I'm looking to go short now.
Well, so am I. Like I said, I didn't get out because I'm not looking to get back in. We're going to get back in, potentially somewhere in this range. What I'm looking for now is, so we just got the confirmation, and we just completed part of the model. But now we're gonna push up in time frame, right? We're going up to the 30-second, and we want to see what stage of the setup are we in. Probably not too far off the 15. Let's go up to the 1 minute. Probably not too far off either. Let's go to the 5 minute and see what we're getting here. So now I potentially want to see the 5 minute long playing out. Okay, so we've got a close above here, but we don't have a lower low close when we closed here. So I don't like that. I think we could see lower targets. So we've got a high, a low, and then we closed above this high, the 2022 here, lower time frame. And then we never did anything on sell side. We never really got a confirmation for a bullish play either. Right? The only confirmation we have is right here. And we technically did not close above if we're looking at bodies to the wicks, but we did close above if we're using our line graph and we eliminate wicks, right? So I do like this close above the high. I do like So we left equal lows on the bodies. So we never even got a confirmation here. So we got the low here, however, and that's going to be red, right? So we got the low, the high, the lower low, and then the close above. So I like this for a bullish play. I also like the fact that we've got a low, a high, a lower low that closed this out, and then we displaced through it here. Now this displacement means that this is going to be our first official entry on the 5-minute, and I am looking for higher targets. So it was a good exit on the trade on the short. I had reasoning to get out here, and potentially with this bullish market structure, maybe around the 644 mark, I'm going to look to get into a long, guys, if we don't already have it incoming here. Right, so 2022 completion. Right, so 2022 from buy side, completion. The retest is probably not done. So I want to see maybe this bearish breaker get tapped around 18,740. So if we take a long from here, guys, I think target and terminus would be around 18,740. I do like the low. I do like the market structure shift here on the 1-minute, but I'm not getting it on the 5. I got a pullback with a wick on the 5, so I don't see it. I'm looking more bullish than bearish on the 5. So any shorts are gonna be short, and I'm gonna focus on the lower time frame. So even if we do decide to play this short out here, if it does confirm, after this close, it's a 1-minute. We've got the low here. So maybe a tap into this low, but I think we already delivered, guys. I think we delivered right here, right? I think this is our delivery. This is our 2022 entry off of this market structure shift. And then we traded down and we took out the liquidity. So everyone knows this is my liquidity. So now a potential pullback on a lower time frame, and we can definitely see higher targets. We can definitely, yeah, okay. I thought I said we could some thought it sounded like another up in here.
Woodchip's pointing out no more lower opens on the 15-minute to wick test. I just took a small dabble to the short side. Not crazy about it. I can't give this more than a C+.
I'm not crazy about the short here either. So the one thing I don't mind,
but for me it's because we're above VWAP. So there we
what
go.
I do like about a short here futures is I like a retest of this level. So whenever we retest the 2022, let me actually mark it out because we are trading it now on a 1-minute higher time frame. So we've got 2022.
You're talking a retest of the 18,640, that dip we just did?
This one right here that just came down. So this right here just took out the liquidity sitting at the 18,650 area.
Yep.
The low from
8 o'clock.
Correct. Right before 8 o'clock, just before 8 o'clock. And we just took that out. We just took that out. So that's now my draw. This is my draw once we make this higher high for completion. And what I look for is that retest. So now, right now that we just retested it, I like it. I like this level, especially because we shifted market structure right here. But what I usually see and what I would really love to trade off of is my order block. All right, so I'd love to see, and I'll turn this blue to indicate I want to see a long off of this level. So I'd like to maybe see one more push down after confirming the sweep. One more push down right here. And then we target that long target. Fake out, having people think that it's going to be a head and shoulders, right? Like a reversal here to go down. But you have to look at it in reverse, right? Don't look at this small head and shoulders, but instead put a little focus on this head and shoulders. Got the Batman, right? Got the Batman.
Batman.
We got our right shoulder. This is where we made our body, right? We need to see the body line, right? We got our neckline. We got to see our body line. Once we close the body line, this looks like shit. All right, let's do that again. So we got our right shoulder. We got our Batman. I mean, left shoulder, our Batman, and we got our right shoulder. Our right shoulder came down, gave us our body line. This retest, right? This retest is the trade that I like to take. But that retest also drops a second time, which I think is what we're doing right now. Right? It's kind of what I look for here. Now, we could potentially be heavy, right? And this pump up that I'm looking for might come back up to here to retest this level. But that's only going to be in play if this closes down here. So if we push down and the algorithm has generated enough liquidity and we push down to take out these lows, and not even necessarily the low, just this low, right? We close below here. I'm going to start looking for some bearish plays. Now, I think if we do that, we're not going to come straight up. I think we might get something like this. Another push down, maybe even take out that low. And then you'll get another setup coming in, another reversal play. Lower time frame. And now we're going to start coming up for this bearish breaker. And we just took out the lows. So we got the 2022 retest, which takes out the lows, and then we pump up one more time. Now, what this is, the reason I like this, because what it's going to do is, remember, I play based on time and going up in time. So I still don't have an official confirmation on the 5-minute to go up. So I need this. I need this on the 5-minute to confirm what we already got confirmed on the 15-second and now currently the 1-minute, right? So what is that again? What are we talking about, guys? It's over here. We've got the swing low. We got the swing highs. This is not valid. So we got the swing high. We got the swing low closing below, right? Swing low, sorry. Swing low, swing high, close below, right? So this is our now potential market structure shift if we close above here. So the second we closed above here, we got our 2022 entry. Our 2022 entry confirmed when we closed above the high. So the fact that we took out the high and we closed above, that completed the model. Now that we dropped down, right? We dropped down and we retested this liquidity. Once we retest this liquidity and we come into this area, now we're looking for higher targets. So this is still playing out a lower time frame. So I would not be surprised if we don't come down here yet. It can finish up the 1-minute model, right? Complete. But I think that it's going to come down one more time. If not the 1-minute, on the 3-minute. Right? So the 3-minute is just now giving you the same market structure shift. And this is your first trade into the 3-minute. So we're now trading off of the order block that I like to trade off of, right? So we're chilling right over here. And this is going to be red for a short. So if I'm going to go short, it's here. Super tight gap that we already traded into, right? We already traded into this fair value gap. So with that being said, actually fair value gap already traded into, I wouldn't be surprised if the order block that we're going to use for the short is right here. Doesn't even give us that much of a mid gap right here. But these two levels are what I'm going to be looking at right now to potentially drop the market slightly just to give us these lower targets. This is now a 3-minute setup, right? And we still don't have that confirmation we're looking for on the 3-minute, right? We do have it here, actually. I take it back. Sorry. 3-minute did give it to us. 3-minute low, 3-minute high. Lower low. Close above, we turn this into a bullish breaker. A bullish breaker, correct. So this area here is a market structure shift. This is a confirmed 3-minute market structure shift that we're now potentially we're gonna start coming up for higher targets. Most people are expecting that to happen immediately, right? It's not how the algo works. It's just not how the market works. So I still want to see a manipulation. Even on the 3-minute, I'd like to see one more manipulation. However, because we did get the confirmation here, we got the market structure shift here with a secondary confirmation, guys. I didn't point that out. I didn't see it. We're going to point it out now. We've got a low and we've got the high, right? High, low, and then you get the close below. So the close below happened before the close above. Once we got the close above, first market structure shift, right? Confirmation on your entry right here. Second market structure shift, right? This entry already closed above, so it completed a 2022 based off of this level. This is a higher time frame, this. So you take this and you look at this and you shift over to the 15-minute, and we're working towards that same setup, right? But we're way behind. We're way behind on the 15-minute. So I really want to see some lower targets. But at the same time, because we're playing off of an hourly, right? We got to keep in mind, super high time frame model, low, high, market structure shift on an hourly is going to happen here, right? Little manipulation here. Market structure shift number 1, entry number 1, market structure shift number 2. So this is going to be the hourly play. We want this trade, guys. This is the trade we want. This is the trade we want to wait for. This is the trade that will set up if you understand how the algorithm works. So what I'm looking for eventually is the same thing, the same setup that we're looking at on those lower time frames to come in on that hourly. And when it comes in, we're going to go to that lower time frame. We're going to go to that 1 minute and we're going to look for the setup. We're going to look for that same exact thing to start forming, right? So that's kind of where I'm at here, guys. I still potentially want to see some lower targets. One more dip, right? So we're coming into the order block right now, right? The one that I kind of liked better than the first one. First market, it's the official market structure shift. So this is technically our liquidity, right? This would be our 2022 entry. This would be our 2022 completion, taking out this low, right? So this is your liquidity. So the next drop, which I'm probably going to attempt it up here, right? When we get into this order block. Still, did we tap it? I think we did tap in, right? It's the, excuse me, got the hiccups. It's right here that I'm looking for. So we did kind of tap into it. I want to see a little deeper because I'm being a little loose right now. I've been loosening up this entry. Typically what I like to target is here, right? That's being a little bit of a tight ass. I miss my trade a lot. It definitely doesn't tap me in every single time. So I found that this is a safer play. It's a higher time frame order block, right? We go up in time. We go to the 3 minute. That same mark is going to be a singular candle, right? It's not difficult to read when you understand the algo, right? I don't need to switch time frames to see that this is one candle versus 2 candles. So it's still the same order block, right? On a higher time frame. So what we're looking for, and we might get it. We didn't enter the position, but we might just get it right off of this level.
Hey, wood chip.
Is a close. Sorry, futures. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, hey, wood chip. We're long at the same price exactly. I didn't even notice. I'm long at 677. You're long at 677. My stop is
677 long. 677 long. Why are you guys fading me? What do you guys think this is? This is the fade the Joker show?
Well, looks like I'm going to get stopped out quite quickly. That's it. I'm done. This trade is done. It's a red day for me. Yeah, it's a red day.
How bad? How red are we? What are we looking at?
It's not up?
No, it's not. I don't see anything.
Oh, there it is. I got it up.
Oh, you better stop it. That was my green day yesterday. $4.50. What did I finish with?
I'm gonna try one more trade though. If we break the high of the previous 1 minute candle, that's gonna be an entry for me.
I wanted to take my short there. I didn't enter it, guys. It's no big deal. It's fine. I still want to see maybe the first order block on the 1 minute because it is still the 1 minute. So this could be a little fake out. Your long might still be good, guys, at least to these levels. And if we disrespect this level, right? If we disrespect this level, because we don't need this yet. It's a 1 minute model. If we disrespect this level, we're going to finish out the 1 minute higher, right? Taking out that because we still technically 2022 completion, as long as we don't trade below this area right here, this 2022 completion still has room to consolidate, right? If we don't do this, big if, right? If we don't do this and we come up here, even as low as here, we can still push up. We still have room to take out the high and still not invalidate the 2022, right? First entry. Because now we're taking out liquidity, we're still consolidating, we're still taking out some highs, and we can still play off of the unicorn short that I really would love to see us tap into. 1 minute, right? And then we get that lower model, that lower displacement, which will align with that 5 minute and 15 minute setup that we want to take, guys. What's going on with Woodchip?
Woodchip is watching me too closely and telling me not to add. Woodchip knows my weaknesses.
No adding. Excuse me, guys. Let me shut my camera. I want to blow my nose.
He knows what I'm going to do before.
A little tough with this mustache.
He knows what I'm going to do before I even do it.
I'm sticking with my rule, Mike.
No.
When I'm at, if I add to my position, it's going to be, if I'm adding in the red, it's going to be at the 50 to 70% closer to my stop, and we don't move the stop. We'll add to the stop, keep it right where it is. We get stopped out, small risk on that add.
Yeah.
If I'm in the green and I'm adding on a market structure shift, let's say I took an earlier shift, higher confirmation, I'm holding the trade, still in a runner, and I get a confirmation on a higher time frame and it just continues to push, then I'll go ahead and I'll add in the green. But at that point, I'm already moving my stop down from the original entry. And my stop is going to be at the logical level for that new entry, which would most likely already put my first entry in the green. I'll be right back, guys. 30 seconds.
Well, I mismanaged this trade. The reason being is that I used a combination of entries and tried to mold them into one. Depending on what my entry is, if my entry was based on this chart here on the 1 minute, my stop is a 3-bar low. So right now it's down here, but I'm going to use the not TikTok, the topstep X, and the stop is at 83 minus 14. That's 69, which is right there. I'm out. Let's hopefully just, there you go, fill me, and I end my dead red down.
Looking. How are we looking? Are you guys regretting fading me yet? You're getting there. It's getting there.
I'm down 23. I just took another loss. So I was up 60, 70. I just lost. I gave back 80, 100 bucks.
Do you know what's amazing about that though? Futures? You just took so many trades, 1-2 micros. How is your emotional stability on the trades?
No, it was good today. I'm happy and I'm optimistic for tomorrow.
You know what I mean? You're what are you, 23 bucks in the red? 23 bucks in the red at 5 trades, taking 1 and 2 micros, being up, taking multiple losses. So basically what happened here is you took bigger winners, smaller losers, more losers than winners, no big deal, that happens. And you ended up just giving back profits and barely a couple of bucks out of pocket.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like it's a good feeling to have, and that's why I'm sticking with the 1 to 2 micros. That's why Woodchip sticks with the 1 to 2 micros, right? 3 micros, right? We're keeping it minimal, guys. We got to keep it minimal, and we have to make sure that we have to make sure that we're comfortable in our position. Because once we start overextending ourselves, you forget how to trade. The only reason that I'm trading the way I'm trading right now, the only reason I'm able to identify the levels and have the confidence I have to take the trades the way I'm taking them, it's because I pulled my head out of my ass, right? When my head is in my ass, nothing but shit comes out.
Sorry, I got a visual.
It's horrible, but when I'm trading properly futures, when I'm, and I'm getting stopped out, I'm using my valid levels, I'm entering positions, when I'm supposed to, and I allow myself to take the trade, right? I don't catch the FOMO for missing the trade. I'd rather get stopped. Right? Be wrong and just get stopped instead of missing the trade. Because then you're gonna miss the trade. It's gonna go to your level, and you're gonna sit there and be like, oh my god, I'm gonna forget how to trade, and you're gonna look to try to enter any candle, right? To take a reversal at a level that never gave you a reversal. So I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done with it. I don't really care to trade until I see this confirmation. When I see my model, when the model comes in, it's gonna present itself every single time. Every single time. The algorithm and the guy who programmed it is much dumber than I am. Confirmed.
Confirmed. I think we can, for me at least, call it quits. I don't see myself getting a trade now for quite a while, and it's been again a long day. Are you good with?
Absolutely. We've got a little bit over 2 hours in on the stream today, guys. Glad to see as many people stuck around. I'm glad to see some new faces that came in and hung out. Awesome to see Luna Trades in the chat. Loved it, guys. Don't forget, I've said it before, go check out Luna Trades. Don't forget to sub and like on their channel, helps the algo. But awesome person to hang out with. Don't forget to sub and like both Futures and my stream. Helps the algo, guys, and it supports the channel, right? Supports us as streamers. I forgot to turn my camera on, and nobody said anything.
Wait, I didn't know if you were finished.
I have the flip switch, and I just keep forgetting to flip it on. Right? Normally, when I hit my BRB button, I tend to remember a little more often. But yeah, I'm good ending the stream. I'm gonna pass the mic over to you. Good night from me, everyone. Peace sign, much love, and Futures, go ahead and take over.
Okay, that was the last co-stream of the week for us. It's Thursday night. Obviously, we're not streaming on Friday. As Joker said, we hope you guys enjoy the content we're bringing you. The Joker Trades Futures Floor show will be back next Monday, I assume, Joker? Monday at 7?
The Futures Floor TV and the Joker Trades. However you want to word it, guys. It's the same thing.
That will be back Monday, 7 p.m. Make
Absolutely.
sure you smash the like and subscribe. You'd be, again, like Joker said, amazed how much that can help the channel. I guess all I can say is have a good rest of the week. Trade safe on Friday. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you with our streams in the morning and the co-stream Monday night.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, guys. Looking forward to it. Futures, as always, a pleasure. Have yourself a wonderful evening. And I'll see you in the AM.
Yep. Sounds great. Take care, guys. Bye.
Take care, chat.